All right, guys, welcome back or welcome, whichever the case may be. Listen, ProPublica recently published an article with the groundbreaking, unbelievable breaking news of the ultra rich do not pay taxes. We know this. Why is this news? If you've been following finance and even a little bit in the past 25 years, you already knew this. In fact, I just did a video on one way you could do this with Bitcoin, with the charitable remainder trust. And I'll, if I remember, I'll link it above. I can't guarantee I'll remember everything. Don't get upset about this. This has been going on forever. In the 1920s, they were fighting about capital gains. This is not breaking news. This is just they got somebody's tax returns, and they're going to throw it in their face. But this is not breaking news. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to hear anything you didn't already know. Let's watch the clip. It's really short. It's only a couple of minutes, and we'll take it from there.
A major leak of IRS tax filing has revealed new details about how U.S. billionaires pay little in income tax compared to their massive wealth, sometimes even nothing. ProPublica obtained the private tax records of some of the nation's wealthiest billionaires, and the findings are stunning. We turn to a short video produced by ProPublica about the ultra-wealthy, how they avoid paying taxes.
Some of the very richest Americans pay little in taxes compared with how fast their fortunes grow each year. How? They use a tax strategy known as buy, borrow, die. It's like the ultra-wealthy are living on another planet. Average people need income to pay for basics like housing and food. But the ultra-wealthy don't. They can just live on borrowed cash. Step 1, buy. The ultra-wealthy buy an asset or build a company or inherit a fortune. As long as they don't sell, they owe no taxes. They keep their income as low as possible, since every dollar they earn can be taxed. Step 2, borrow. They borrow against their holdings, and the bank gives them a really good deal.
I'll loan you $10 million with only 3% interest. But if you take a $10 million salary from your company, you'll owe almost 37% to the IRS.
So the ultra-wealthy use loan money to fund their lifestyles. That's how a billionaire can live the most luxurious life imaginable while reporting little to no taxable income. Step 3, die. When they die, these lucky few often use complicated trusts and philanthropic foundations to avoid the estate tax.
All right, listen, I just want to stick my nose in here real quick. I don't want to be persnickety or anything, but did she just say when they die, these lucky few? Is it just me?
And their heirs can inherit stocks and other assets tax-free. A new generation is ultra-wealthy, and the cycle starts all over again.
We're joined now by Jeff Ernsthausen, senior data reporter there. He's co-author of the expose headlined "The Secret IRS Files." Trove of never-before-seen records reveal how the wealthiest avoid income tax.
And so the example of Jeff Bezos is a good one for illustrating this. So between 2006 and 2018, his wealth grew by almost $130 billion. During that time, he paid something on the order of $1.4 billion in taxes, which sounds like a lot, but it's almost a 1% on the amount that his wealth went up. And so in some years, he had would register very low income and therefore end up paying almost nothing in taxes, and in a couple of years, nothing in taxes. Warren Buffett is sort of one of the best examples of how this works. So Berkshire Hathaway somewhat famously doesn't pay a dividend. And because of that, Warren Buffett's income as a major shareholder of Berkshire ends up being relatively low every year for someone with as much money as he has. And so his wealth is shot up by tens of billions of dollars in the 5-year period that we focus on in our story. And he paid in the millions in taxes. And that's because his company is structured in such a way that he's not, ever really realizing any of those gains in a way that the U.S. tax system recognizes. The key concept for these folks, because they're not bringing in a lot of money in wages and traditional income. They're bringing in money through things like capital gains, growth in stock value, and that really illustrates what matters most for them, which is how much their wealth grows each year.
ProPublica senior reporter and editor Jesse Eisinger. Jesse, Carl Icahn and Elon Musk clearly taking out loans against stock collateral. Again, that prevents creating additional income. George Soros had no federal income. So there's, for a couple of years, between 2016 and 2018. So there's a lot that is revelatory. And
billionaires pay effective tax rates that are lower not only than the 0.001%, but also lower than someone making $45,000 a year, because they're really not in the tax system. Most of us are in the tax system, and we get salaries and we get taxes extracted from our salary. The ultra wealthy are completely outside of the system. They borrow against the wealth. So Elon Musk pledges his shares and borrows billions, tens of billions of dollars. Carl Icahn borrows billions of dollars. Larry Ellison had a $10 billion credit line. So what's happening when they borrow is that they're not selling, they're not taking gains, they're not paying any taxes, and they're living lavishly.
And there you go. If you didn't know that before, which I'm sure you did, but if you didn't, you know it now. One of the things I didn't mention was the new player in the game, Bitcoin. You want to collect pristine assets and hold them, never sell them. That's what the rich do. You should emulate the rich. They've been fighting about this tax laws and wealth tax almost 100 years. Don't worry about them so much. Worry about you. What can you do for you? If you have Bitcoin, you could borrow against that from a crypto bank. It's a collateralized loan. You don't have to worry about it. And as that asset increases, you can just roll over that loan every year. So if you had to put up a half a Bitcoin for X amount of dollars, roll over that loan. Maybe you're only putting up a quarter of a Bitcoin. And when you get that loan, this is what the rich do. They buy assets. They're not blowing it, or they're not blowing at all. You want rental properties, dividend stocks, something that's going to generate income. Generating income asset can also be borrowed against. And do you see how it just flows and it just keeps on going? That's what the rich do. If you didn't know that, you know it now, but I don't really think this was breaking news. I think we all kind of knew that. Listen, guys, you get any value out of this, I'd appreciate a thumbs up or a comment or a subscription. If you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this did something for you. Listen, peace, love, and karma. Till the next one.